And we are live. What is going on, shrimp keepers? It has been a while since I've actually done like a decent live stream. I don't know if you guys watched the Vegas live stream when I was on vacation, but that thing was terrible. So I don't suggest watching it, just because it was I don't know why. Like Verizon, like can you hear me now? No, can't hear you. It kept cutting out and it was skipping around. And I had full bars, so I don't know. That's besides the point. But I hope everybody's having a good hump day. We got Nisi in here first. Nisi is like thebomb.com. She is always, I mean, absolutely always messaging me to see if I'm live streaming and stuff. So she is awesome. So shout out to Nisi in the chat. Also check out her YouTube channel because she's thebomb.com. Danny's Aquarium. RJ Day Wolf. McMurray Farms always here. Danny's always here. We got Adventures in Aquariums, Kyle, Neon Tetra. What's going on, Neon Tetra? So a lot of people already in the house. Already questions moving in. Danny said the Thai microcrabs are on the website now. We have some in stock. They've only been in quarantine for like 2 weeks, but they definitely are back in stock. I think we got like 100 in or something like that. And so eventually they will be, but they are on the website and they will be in stock soon. Uh-oh, better mute my phone. Don't want to be distracted. Let me do this. Done. All right, so we have a ton. I mean, literally so much going on. And I've been slacking on the videos. Like, I haven't been doing videos of the progress updates. Like, we just got a 1,200-gallon, like, cylinder tank to store RO water in. We got a lot of other stuff going on. We got, like, I mean, it is crazy, but it's fun. Like, I've been having a lot of fun lately. I went to Vegas this past weekend. If you guys saw that live stream, again, it was a train wreck. So I don't suggest watching it. But you can watch it, just laugh at me. So that was fun. You guys can actually hear I lost my voice a little bit because, like, we always play, like, the dice game. Like, it's called Craps. And, we just play for fun. And then, like, when someone rolls really good numbers, like, we're always, like, yelling and screaming, having a good time. So it was a lot of fun. So I definitely enjoyed getting away. And I feel like I'm recharged now. Like, I got away from the business for a weekend, and now I'm back so I can look at everything with a clear head. And, like, now I have energy to actually, like, get things done. Jeff and Mark have been working really hard. Ken's been working really hard. And so a lot of good things are happening. We got another import coming in. So there's a lot going on with my business, Flip Aquatics. But there's also a lot going on with the shrimp hobby in general and, like, what's going on with it. So something big that's going on is the Aquatic experiences coming out. I'm sure you guys have seen that. There's been a lot of videos out on it. But the 2017 International Shrimp Competition is going to be going on this year again. This is going to be the second annual one. Chris Luca puts that on. Teresa really helps out. She's awesome. And then there's JBJ and Shrimp King and Dennerla and a lot of places like really put in a lot of money to make this thing happen. And it is just an awesome experience. So I highly suggest you guys coming out. I will do a video on that. I'm really, really excited for it. And so I'm actually one of the judges this year. If you guys have not watched my videos in a long time, I'm one of the judges for the shrimp competition, which is like a huge honor, and just blessed to be a part of such a almost, I don't want to say elite group because I don't want to talk myself up because I don't feel like I'm elite. I'm just an average hobbyist. But it's very cool to be a part of such a group that is so passionate about growing this hobby. And that's why we do it. And so I really believe that this hobby is growing so quickly here in the United States. I mean, I see it through my business. I see it through the YouTube channel. Like, we just hit 20K subscribers. Like, to me, that like, looking back 3 or 4 years ago, I never even saw it. Like, I was just like, this is going to be a fun channel. Like, hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm blown away. Hit 10,000, I'm even more blown away. And then within less than a year, we've already hit 20,000. So it's just like the growth is crazy, and it's so humbling, and it's just really cool to see how fast this hobby is growing. So in this past month, we've had some like videos do really, really good, and we just want to keep that going. So I mean, it is just so cool, and I'm really excited to see the changes that are going to happen, especially here in the United States, as this hobby continues to grow. in popularity and stuff. Because there are still so many people. Like I go and speak at some of the fish clubs, and there's still so many people that have never even heard of freshwater shrimp. And so it's so cool, so very cool. Ollie Taylor in the house. Ollie, miss you, brother. I saw your message when I was on vacation, but I promised myself I wouldn't be on my phone doing any work stuff. So I just like left it in the room. Like I only talked to Amanda, and I did one live stream. That was it. And so I did see your message and miss you too, brother. And thank you for the super chat. Aquatic Experience flights booked, landing midday on the 2nd. UK Fish Fam commitment. Sending love. Oh, that's so good. I cannot wait to meet you and Laura. And I hope so many other people watching this. I can't wait to meet you guys. We do have a booth there. We have a YouTube booth. Like we have everything set up. It is a go. And it is just going to be quite the experience. We got Challenge of the Wild here. Challenge of the Wild. I hope you are coming to the Aquatic Experience because it is going to be a great time. And Challenge of the Wild is blowing up too, man. He flew past me like nothing. So he's killing it, and he's bringing a whole different dynamic to the hobby. He's bringing all the young people in, and that is like so important to the growth of this hobby. So there's so many people putting in so much time and effort to make this hobby what it is, and it is just awesome. But Ollie, thank you so much. Jay's Aquatic says, Chicago or bust. That's the truth. We got Justin in the house, H2O Plants. Shout out to Justin. I did a video with him, and the King of DIY was in it. And so the King of DIY was like the attention drawer. He brought everyone to the video, and that video just blew up. And I'm sure it had a lot to do with Justin and his tanks and plants, and a lot to do with Rachel O'Leary was in the video, and Joey for a short amount of time. And so like just things like that. It's so cool to help one another, and just be a part of such a great fish fam and shrimp fam. Let's see what Justin said. He said, Rob, you definitely aren't qualified to rank shrimp. You only deal with 20,000 shrimp at a time. That's nothing. So I've never gotten an order of over 20,000. I think the biggest we did was like 16. This new one that's coming in is, I think, 13,000 or something. So it's not too crazy. Not too crazy. But we got Emma in the house. Stormy Miss. Shout out to her. But yeah, so a lot of good people here. Your Planet Tank said, when are they doing something in the West Coast? The Planet Tank, I'm not sure when we're going to do something like shrimp competition on the West Coast. They may move the Aquatic Experience this coming, not this year, but the following year. And it might be somewhere on the West Coast. So you never know. Evelyn asks, Rob, do you have Bloody Marys? We definitely do have Bloody Marys. And like just being completely honest, they are the best Bloody Marys we've ever had. And so I hope that we continue to get the same quality Bloody Marys, but I can't promise it because every shipment is different. It depends what farm they get them from, how they did with breeding, everything like that. But the Bloody Marys we have now are absolutely spectacular, and they are on the website. We'll probably be doing a special on them within the next 3 weeks or something like that because we haven't done a special on them yet. No flood right at the shop. No floods happen at the shop. But we do have so much going on. Story Miss said, why have the prices gone up so much, and why can't you buy individual shrimp and get the red Willy shrimp back on the website? So prices on shrimp go up for the reason that, at least our prices, I don't know if our prices have necessarily gone up. Our prices have always been pretty much the same. But the reason the prices are the way they are, at least for us, is because of the amount of quarantine that we put into them. Medicine, treating them, the amount of labor that goes into checking each one for parasites is so much. I think people underestimate it. It is literally a full-time job just to make sure that they're healthy. And so we are constantly doing that. And so that has a lot to do with the price. The reason red Willies aren't up on the site is because honestly, they do not sell. And I really wanted to, instead of buying let's say I buy 500 red Willies and 500 of this shrimp or 500 of that shrimp, I'd much rather pick like 5 of the best shrimp that do the best, that survive, that sell, and get 1,000 of those ones instead of wasting resources on the shrimp that isn't going to sell and take up space. Now that doesn't mean we won't ever have them. It just means at this time, because we're limited on resources, that we have to make sure we put them in places that make sense. And so that's why we haven't had them. But Stormy, if you want red release, I will find a way to get them to you. You just have to contact me. That's all you have to do. Get your parents to send me an email, and we will make it happen. I promise you, because I want you to get hooked on this hobby so bad. It isn't working on somebody's phone, but that's all right. There's always the replay. You can always catch it. Let's see what else everybody's saying. But yes, so aquatic experience this year is going to be dynamite. I'm actually doing a video probably next week about the aquatic experience, which, you know, is just always a mediocre video, but it will be a lot of fun. I'm very, very, very excited for the shrimp competition this year. The website's actually up, and you can sign up to enter. I will be doing a video on it, so I will give more details then, but you can definitely sign up. And I encourage everyone here, like, if you have shrimp at home, and even if they're not the greatest, you know, enter them into the contest, because if you're coming, you might as well. And the thrill of it is, like, you can sit back and, like, see the other shrimp and compare your shrimp, and you most of the time will be surprised that your shrimp can compete. So it's really cool. Justin wants some orange shrimp. We definitely have plenty of orange shrimp, so you just let me know. I'll get some out your way. Ruru2 said he made his own Really line. It only took 6 years. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. It really does. Thomas Kraft, what's going on, brother Thomas? He's such a good guy. He said, good to see you home again with the girls. You missed a great eclipse. I know. Our plane actually got delayed for an hour and a half because of the eclipse. No, they didn't say it was because of the eclipse, but I'm thinking that it was. Yeah, so we got the fish nerd in the house. Carlos, what's going on, Carlos? Carlos, we actually need to connect next weekend, a fish room tour. So hopefully that works out, but we'll definitely touch base on that. Drew Overly said, hey, Rob, what other types of shrimp would go well with red cherry shrimp? I don't want to crossbreed. So red cherry shrimp, you can put red lilies in with it. Really, you wouldn't affect the line that much by doing it because they come from the same tree or the same genetic pool. The other thing you could put in there, you could put a mono shrimp in there. They may be a little aggressive towards them, but they could. You can put Thai microcrabs in there. Worst case scenario, the Thai microcrabs might kill a baby or two because they got those little pinchers, but they shouldn't. I personally haven't seen it, but I've heard stories about it. You can put a Caridina shrimp in there, like, you know, maybe tangerine tigers, although they like softer water. There's a couple things you could probably get away with, but I would say a mono shrimp are probably the safest bet. H2O Plant says next year at the Aquatic Experience is going to be in the New York area. That would be amazing because that's the same distance for me, so I'm completely fine with that. Let's see. Evelyn said, I love the bloodies. Have some myself from Sea Sky Offspring. They are just stunning. Yeah, they are absolutely stunning. Can you do an exclusive on Sulawesi? So I'm still trying to find, once we get resources coming in, as in, like, you know, once our sales grow and we hit like prime time, which is winter time, and we start having extra capital to invest into new revenues or new avenues, so to say. I'd love to do an import specifically from the Sulawesi Islands. I think, yeah, Sulawesi Islands, Indonesia. And I think all that's right. I apologize. I am coming off of a Vegas trip and worked all day yesterday and worked the night when I got back. So I'm still a little loopy, still a little tired. So I hope I'm saying everything right. But I believe the Sulawesi Islands are part of Indonesia. But don't quote me on it. And I would love to do an import order from there and get in some captive bred Sulawesi shrimp and then do more of a shrimp spotlight on them because I've never really kept them successfully. And it's not I just messed up on the one. I put too much crushed coral in there, and I think it just threw everything off. And I mixed wild and imported wild shrimp and captive bred, so it didn't do me any good. I definitely hurt the colony. Ollie Taylor says, I have a pretty nasty pattern of deaths in my 20-liter tank. It looks like they have a film or partial shell change hanging off of them. It could be bacteria. So from my experience, when a partial shell is hanging off of them, sometimes it's an internal parasite. So I would treat 4 parasites in the tank. Fenbendazole works. I don't know if you can get that in the UK, but I'm sure you can get a version of it. It's just a dewormer, and you know, you can treat that specific shrimp. But I would suggest just treating the whole tank and then doing a water change, and just try to get it in their system. I've been meaning to try it, but I haven't tried it yet. Is lacing their food with fenbendazole, and so it's more of a direct path. Instead of being in the water column, they're actually ingesting it, and I did want to try that. H2O Plant said, definitely, man, should have linked that video up with a discount code. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that, Justin. We should have done that. That's my bad. I should have thought of that. Yeah, that's completely my bad. But hopefully it still worked out great for you. Because Justin was the one I did the planted tank video with Joey. All right. What else we got going on? Kyle said, hey, Rob. Hey, what's going on, Kyle? What are your thoughts on people asking for autographs? And same with you, Justin. What's your thoughts on people treating you like superstars? So the way I look at it is I always want to be treated like a person, because at the end of the day, like I'm exactly like you are. Like I'm just this average guy that, you know, started a business and started a YouTube channel, and just so happened that people liked me and things worked out. But at the end of the day, like we can meet, we can, you know, high five, we can hug, you know, whatever we want to do. But, you know, I've met some people that are just awesome, and they're like all shy. And so like I always pull them behind the booth and, you know, pull them around and get a picture. And it's just about having fun. So, yeah, I mean, like I've had little kids come up to me, not saying that you're little, Kyle, but I've had little kids come up and want me to sign like their magazine that they had or something like that. And it's just awesome. You know, it's cool to be a part of such an amazing group and be able to help grow, you know, something that I'm so passionate about. And that's this shrimp hobby that we have. And so, yeah, so, I mean, if you want an autograph, that's more than fine. But like I said, I'm just this average Joe, and, you know, we're all in this together. So, but it's all about having fun. And that's what I'm all about. Carlos, perfect. The Fishner dropping a $2 super chat. He said, I'm off all day next Friday. Just text me. So, Carlos, that works out perfect because my wife wanted to leave really early. And so we'd probably be getting to your place probably around like 10 or 11 o'clock. And if we can make that happen, then 100% we'll stop. Like I will for sure make it happen. So, yes, we'll do that. Drew Overly said, are you selling plants and shrimp at the Aquatic Experience? 100%. So what we did is I always get a booth with Dustin. And so this year, me and Dustin are both growing. He wants to do a bigger booth. I wanted to do a bigger booth. So instead of sharing a booth, we got booths right next to each other. So I have one and he has one. And then I'm trying to get another one for the YouTubers to have their own booth next to mine. And so I'm still working on the details for that. And Corey, Aquarium Co-op's helping a ton. Bob Steamfot's helping a ton. Like there's a lot of people that are helping to make this happen. I know Creative Fish Keeping posted the video. So like the more exposure we get for the Aquatic Experience, the more likely they are to let us get another booth, to have the YouTubers have their own booth. But worst case scenario, I'm just going to give up part of my booth so that we can have the YouTubers there. And it would just be like a central meeting ground. We'll have Dustin right there. So like all the YouTubers would be pretty much in the same space. But I definitely will have shrimp, snails, products, everything to sell there. We're actually getting there 2 days early, going to set up, like really enjoy our time this year, treat it as like a mini vacation and just enjoy it. It seems like every other year that we've gone, we've rushed it. We've got there like the day before and hurried up to set it up, like went out to eat, woke up the next morning and just hustled and hustled. And this year I want it to be more about the experience than hustling, if that makes sense. So like, like you don't go to trade shows to make money. You go there to be a part of something. And so that's really the philosophy that I'm adopting this year. I'm going there to be a part of something. And, you know, if we make money, great. If we don't make money, great. If we have a great time, that's what matters. And so that's what we're doing. Evelyn said, I want to go, but a ticket to America is a bit expensive. Evelyn, you gotta make it happen. If you book early enough, it isn't that expensive. I mean, but it's all relative, right? Like, you know, if you make $5 an hour, then $10 is a lot of money. If you make $100 an hour, then $10 isn't a lot of money. So yeah, it's all relative. But yes, plane tickets international definitely are not the cheapest thing in the world. Julian Aquatic says, for a beginner shrimp keeper, how would you recommend calling fry that aren't up to standard colors you're seeking? So what I do, probably what a good philosophy would be is if you have more than one tank available, I would take the adult shrimp, and after they have babies, I would move them. And then once I'd let them settle in their new tank, I'd let the babies grow up in their old tank. And then as the babies hit juvenile stage, then I would call them. Because if you call them too young, you're really not giving them time to show you their real colors. Because they really don't hit their real color until like juvenile stage to sub-adulthood. And so that's what I would do. If you only have one tank, then I would just let them all grow up and then call right before you think they're getting ready to breed, which can be a tricky one. G Bear said, did you win in Vegas? Absolutely not. You never go to Vegas to win. You go to Vegas to enjoy getting away. And so I didn't lose my whole budget. I spent within my means. I didn't overspend, and it came home with money. So in my book, I did win because I still had money left. So that's a good thing. Number one Top Gun says, what is the best material for a custom aquarium lid that lets light through? So I'm going to go with twin wall polycarbonate that I buy from Menards, but you could buy it from a multitude of different places. Anywhere that would sell greenhouse material would have it. And it is pretty easy to cut. I use a table saw to cut it so I get perfect lines. But you can use a jigsaw. You can use a sawzall. You could use a lot of different things. A table saw is definitely the best option, though. But that's what I would use because it's durable. It's extremely transparent. So you got my vote there all day. Let's see. Dion 0026 says, he basically said, you're a blessed man, or you've been blessed, man. That makes sense. I 100% have been blessed. Definitely love where I'm at. I love the people that are around me. I love the community that is around me. I love my family. I love everything. And really it comes down to being optimistic. So like, I definitely am not a pessimist in any way, shape, or form. I look at everything as something good's going to come out of this. Something positive is going to come out of this. We're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to grow. We're going to prosper. We're going to do this. We're going to change lives. And so I am a glasses half full all the time, all day. And trust me, if you're a person that's a pessimist, like you're always worried about something, it is not a good way to live. It's not a healthy way to live. And if you just start looking at everything in a positive, like things are just going to start coming your way. Because like even when something really bad happens, like say an import comes in completely dead, like there is good that's going to come out of that. Now in the moment, you'll never know it, but wait 3 months, wait a year, and you can look back and you'd be like, wow, that situation changed me to make me a better at this, or that situation changed my business to make me better at this. And I look at every mistake as a learning lesson that I'll never have to learn again. So the more mistakes I get out of the way, the farther I'm going to be and the less I'm going to have to make those mistakes again. And so just keep moving forward. Just keep doing your thing, and you will be blessed. As long as you maintain that positive atmosphere around you, and just be, an optimist, because that's what you got to do. Because this life isn't easy, and we all know that. So you just gotta make the best of it. Drew Overly said, "Oh, I already answered that one." Asparagus Ash, that name still cracks me up. My tangerine tigers dropped some weird mutt shrimp, and I have no idea what they are mixed with. No way. So my first question would be: are those tangerine tigers from me? If they are from me, then that's really crucial, something that I need to know, because then I will get on my importer hardcore and tell him if he can't sell me shrimp that have pure genetics, then I don't want shrimp from him. But if they're just from someone else, then that's really crazy interesting. So I would, wherever you got them from, like check with that person and figure it out, because it really could be anything. You just never know. McMurray Farm says, remember to like the stream. It helps. I definitely agree with that. it definitely helps. Everything helps. Even a dislike helps, you believe it or not. Like YouTube ranks everything. Dwayne Kittle said, but Rob, if you are a pessimist, realist, everything always works out better than you thought. That is true. If you are a hardcore pessimist, then things are always going to be better, or you're going to make yourself so miserable that it doesn't matter. I mean, one way or the other. Reverend Ryan Bob Givens, what's going on, Reverend Ryan? You're awesome, man. I see you everywhere. You're either in the chat or you're placing an order or something. So thank you so much for all you do. Don't think I don't see all the names that come through, because I definitely do, and I appreciate it. What college did you play ball for? I played college ball at Westminster in the United States, and that's where I played. It was a great time. I enjoyed it. It beat up my body a lot, and I do regret it for that, but you live and you learn, right? I won't let my kids make the same mistakes unless they really, really want to. Let's see what else we got. Ron Tan, because after doing water changes, one shrimp died. So if one shrimp died after water changes, maybe you did too big of a water change, maybe your temperature was off, your parameters were off. So always be testing the water that you're putting in to the water that it's going into, and make sure it's not too crazy. But yes, overfeeding is bad. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, Abel said, hey, Challenge the Wild. If you want to breed shrimp, I would keep them in a separate tank because they will get eaten in a community tank. That is completely true. But one way you can get around it is you can put a ton of moss in there, a ton of plants. Talk to Justin, H2O Plants, talk to Corey, Aquarium Co-op, Dustin's Fish Tank. Have them hook you up with some plants, load that tank out with tons of plants, and then you can sneak some shrimp in there, I'm sure. Let's see. Are you guys certain? Let's see. James Bromley said, are you guys certain is pronounced really shrimp? Everyone down this way says Riley or really or relay. I don't know. So am I sure? No. I think every different part of the country or every different part of the world has a different way of saying it. I say really. I know LR Brett's Aquatics pronounced it Riley. And so I'm sure there's a lot of different ways to pronounce it. But, yeah. Let's see. Nisi said, Rob, can I post Aquarium Co-op Aquatic Experience sign-up page for swag and idea of who will make it to meet y'all? Yeah, so definitely, Nisi, for sure. So, Stormy Mist, a.k.a. Emma. My email is rob@flipaquatics.com. And just say Stormy Mist in the subject, and I'll know it's you. So, yes, please send me an email. Please have your parents send me an email, and I will definitely help you find those shrimp. But Nisi, thank you for mentioning that. So, Aquarium Co-op is doing a sign-up for people that are coming to the Aquatic Experience, just as like a way to like gauge like, how many people are coming, how much stuff do we need to bring for them, like different things like that. And it also is it also helps us tell like how many people are coming, so then we can go to the Aquatic Experience and we're like, hey, like this many people are coming, this are how many people signed up that they're coming, and it helps them gauge how many people we actually can bring to the show. Now, granted, 1,000 people could be coming to the show to see a combined total of me, Corey, Dustin, Joey, Rachel, whoever it is, Bob, whatever, Aqua Pros. There's so many. So like, 10 people could be coming to see me, 100 people could be coming to see Corey. And so like, it's hard to gauge like actually how many people are coming. So we're trying to get as close to a number as we can of how many people are coming. And then we'll get gifts accordingly. Like, if we have 300 people sign up, we know probably 900 are actually going to come. So it's, not everyone signs up. But yeah, Nisi, please link that. That'd be great. Jan P said, thank you for the blue fantasy shrimp. All are doing well. When will you start selling the yellow King Kong? So first of all, Jan P, thank you for the super chat. That's extremely generous of you. Always appreciate you guys giving money, because you don't have to. Like, I'm here doing it for free. So to do that is just like a step above, like that you didn't have to do. So I really do appreciate it. But you are so welcome for the Fantasy Blues. Thank you for purchasing them. Again, it helps us so much when you guys, place orders or do super chats. And so we really do appreciate it. I'm glad they're doing well. And the Yellow King Kongs, we will probably start selling them within probably by winter. So, 2 months, maybe something like that. And because they are breeding like crazy, and I've really been enjoying them. So I also decided, was debating on entering those ones into the shrimp contest. And so there's still some things going back and forth with it, but we'll see what happens. But thank you so much, Jan P. Really appreciate it. Let's see what else we got. Running Boy 99 video says, Flip Aquatics, if you have only female red lilies, is it worth it to try cherries or Bloody Mary males with them? So yeah, you could try a cherry. I don't think that would throw it off too much, but obviously it'd be better if you had a red lily male. But if you can't find one, then yeah, just throw a cherry in there. I wouldn't go with Bloody Mary. Don't do Bloody Mary, but cherry would work. Let's see. Tim Jack says, I bought a plant from my local fish guy, and it came with a wee tiny baby shrimp. So that's awesome. Nothing better than some free shrimp. Everybody check out Nisi's comment. Let me see if I can pin it or something. Nope, can't. But it shows, she said, this is Nisi. She's like the best little salesperson ever. She said, are you going to the Aquatic Experience? Want to meet Rob and other awesome YouTubers? Like free swag? Sign up here. And then it's linked to the Aquarium Co-op page. Nisi, you're the bomb. Michael Hoffman, Michael Hoffman's in the house. Where's Michael Hoffman? I got to find him now. Michael Hoffman says, at Adventures in Aquariums, if you need design help or need to have anything made for you, feel free to hit me up. So Michael Hoffman is in the chat. He's actually really good at building acrylic stuff, and I'm actually getting some stuff done, but I won't tell you what yet. So yeah, definitely check him out. Michael Tan says, bonjour, Rob. Greetings from Paris, or Paris. I think it's how you say it. What's going on? I don't even know if it's Michael. It might be Michelle. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. Drew Overly said, how fast should red root floaters propagate? They propagate rather quickly, I want to say. Ron Tan said, how often do you water change your shrimp tanks? I only do it about once a month. Now, on imported shrimp tanks where we have more shrimp in a tank, we usually do it once a week. It just depends. Challenger said, Rob, I ordered 5 of your black rose but got 6. Thank you. I noticed that after they molted, one of them had a tan stripe running down their back. What is the cause? So the tan stripe is just a genetic thing. It's color. I don't think it has anything to do with health or anything like that. But honestly, I've really never done much research on it because most people with painted fire reds and stuff, they always have that stripe going down the back. So that could be it. Or if that would be a stripe going long ways along their body. If the stripe is going short ways along their body and it's right where their head section separates from their tail, if there's a stripe there, then it means that they had a bad molt. So hopefully they live. So it just depends on what kind of stripe it is. But if it's a stripe going down the back, then you have nothing to worry about. It's just genetics. At least in my experience, that's what I believe. Of course. There's no good live stream without a good yawn in the middle. But yeah, so lots of good stuff going on. Yeah, it's good. So I am very excited for Flip Aquatics. Like I said, we have some huge changes going on right now. Redoing our water system. We redid a bunch of tanks to get ready for this next import order. And so it's, we're constantly evolving. And that's what's good, is when you stay stagnant, that's when bad things happen. And so to constantly be pushing forward and trying different things and pushing the envelope and readjusting, everything like that, it's fun, and it keeps things interesting and fresh, and lets you try different things, and it's just good. So I'll be excited to post a video and share with you all what's going on. So yeah, that'll be good. Jeff's there working hard right now. He might even be listening. Jeff, if you're listening, thank you for working so hard. He's been doing a really, really good job lately. And not that he's ever done a bad job, but he's really been, taking charge lately, and self-motivated, which is like rare in a person, and just been doing good. Mark and Ken have been helping out a ton. Mark's redoing our whole water change system in our new room. Ken has been like organizing stuff and throwing things away which needs done, and so it's been really good. It's cool when you get like a little group around you, like Amanda, Ken, Mark, Jeff, even my mom, just to have this little like core group of people that are around you that you can bounce ideas off of, or you can rely on when you're out of town, like to go check on something. And just to have that, it's just like, I mean, what more could you want, right? Is just have people around you that you can trust and rely on. And so that's what that little group is for me. And that's what you guys are for me too. Like, you guys know me. Like, I'm not afraid to be honest. I'm not afraid to tell you guys what's really going on. Like, I've had like my first import, I had like tons of deaths, and like, why hide it? Like, what's the deal? Like, if you hide your weaknesses, then it only leaves you open to be hurt. If you share your weaknesses and mistakes, then, I mean, what can people have on you? Like, nothing. And so that's more of my philosophy. So I always try to be transparent. I know you guys see that. At least I hope you do. But my voice is struggling today. Yeah, Tim Jack. Yeah, it's so good to have a group. Brian Sanford said, Rob, what would you prefer, hard water or soft water? It depends completely on what I'm using it for. So if I had a choice, I would always prefer soft water because you can always remineralize it. Hard water is tough on RO membranes. It's tough on, all your equipment, everything like that. So soft water is always better, at least in my opinion. Kyle said, I asked this before, but hey, I don't mind asking twice. Do you have flip tees for sale, Rob, or have any idea when they'll be ready to sell shirts? Yes, embarrassing question. I know. I've been meaning to get shirts done for forever. I've said I've been getting them done for forever. I have not pulled the trigger on it. So when they'll be done, soon. So yes, I definitely am getting shirts. It's the next item on my list of things that I'm going to add to the website. It's just getting the right place to do it and finding a good price on it. And really, it just comes down to me pulling a trigger, and I haven't yet. So I will have them. I definitely will have them. Fishy the Fish said, hey, Flip, I always wanted 100 subs. Can I have a shout out? So I read your comments, so that is a shout out. But Fishy the Fish, what I would recommend when I first started out, how I grew is I made videos and I went onto other people's channels and I commented on their channel and just showed them love, supported them. And eventually when you support enough people genuinely, people are going to start supporting you. It's just how human nature is. Like, you support the people who support you. So like this little web around me of people that, gave me shout outs in their video or different things like that. And so like one thing not to do is ask for a shout out. Even though you did, it's not a good thing, because like a better thing is to be like in all the live streams and say things, because the people that are in all the live streams are like, I know who they are, like Simply Shrimps in the house. Like you start realizing who people are. And so like, just be present, be a part of the community, be a part of the family. And then the growth comes later. Like I heard the best quote the other day. It's like, if you constantly do above what you're supposed to do, you will always have success. So like if you just go to work and just do like the average, like you just do what you have to do and not above and beyond, then you're always just going to stay stagnant. If you go to work and you work above and beyond what you're supposed to do, eventually success is going to come to you. Eventually you're going to stand out. Eventually this is going to happen. Eventually that's going to happen. And so I've always tried to push myself to do more and not just stay stagnant, because there's nothing more scary than just being in the same place in 40 years. At least for me. I mean, some people it's great. You have your family and, you're making good money and you just stay there and it's awesome. But I always want to further myself. I always want to keep pushing myself, pushing the envelope. I'd rather fail 100 times than to never have failed at all. And that's the truth, because to never fail at all means you never tried. And if you never tried, then you completely missed the point of living. And so I'll stop getting all like touchy on you. I don't even know what the word would be, but I'll stop getting all sentimental or whatever. But it's good to just go out and get it. Like, push for it, try for something. And one day it's all gonna make sense, and you're gonna look back and be like, wow, like all that was worth it. Like, if you guys ever go back and watch like my original videos, which I'm never gonna delete them, like it's so cool to have those there as history, to go back and watch them, to see them, to look at them. If you go back and watch, you can just see like where I came from, like, you know, having a tank in my upstairs, like, you know, 55-gallon tank, you know, resealing it myself, trying to breed tiger shrimp and blue willies in the same tank and killing them all because I didn't know how to remineralize RO water. Like, that's the reality of it. Like, it's so crazy to see the evolution between then and now. But that's the path it takes, you know. And so just keep pushing at it. Just keep doing it. Just keep it real, as Dwayne said. Like, you got to keep it real, and I will always try to keep it real. But yeah, so I'm only 26. Like, you know, I'm not that old. But I feel like I've learned a lot in the past 5 years. Like, I've matured a lot. I've really pushed into who I want to be, and you know, if you guys are 40 right now, like, there's still time. Like, there's always time. The one thing we all have is right now. Like, we have it, and so just go out and get it. So, Ruru too said, I fail all the time and I repeat the same mistakes. I'm a fast learner. That's funny. Yeah, don't repeat the same mistakes. But yeah, so much love to you guys. Just so good. I don't know if you guys ever knew this about me, but I used to, like, I mean, you guys know that, like, I believe in God, and, like, you know, I give him all the credit because I mentioned that a lot. But I used to be in a youth group, like, at my old church, and I loved it. It was awesome. And I actually got to preach to the kids, which is, like, my passion. Like, you guys see me, like, sit in front of you, like, just dropping, you know, just talking and dropping some, you know, some wisdom. I don't know if it's wisdom, but dropping something. And so that's my passion. I love being in front of people and encouraging them and pushing them. And so that's how I feel about this hobby. Like, let me bring it all back together. So, like, I love this hobby so much, and all I want to do is grow it. And it's not because it's going to make me money. It's not because of this. It's not because of that. It's because, like, I genuinely love this hobby, and it's so awesome to be a part of the growth of it. And so yeah. So, oh, look, we got 13-year-old, we got 12, we got 34, we got 10, we got 15. Yeah, I'm 26. The facial hair helps me look older. But yeah, just a baby. Ken Nielsen, I'm only 55. Shout out to Ken. Yeah, how old is everybody? That's awesome. Dwayne Kitchell, my man, 61. Dwayne bringing it real. I love it. If I could get any of my grandparents to be on here, it would be nuts. So, like, so cool. 29, close to 30. I know 30 is like the, oh my gosh, like, I'm getting old. 30. 54. Yeah, CJ. Cruz is only 17. That's awesome. Rob. I'm 72, man. That's so cool. I love that. Punchy, 62. Nisi, old enough to know better. That is so awesome. Kenneth Ben, 42. Robert Merle, 54. Cecilia, 56. Yeah, that is so awesome. Nisi, you had the best response. Old enough to know better. Yeah, so it is so cool. Like, just to see the different ages. Abel, 13. Yeah, it just, oh my gosh. So it's such a vast group of people that are in this community, which is the best part, because, like, the cool thing is seeing all the young numbers, like the lower numbers, because those are the future. Like, that's who's going to grow this hobby. That's who's going to fall in love with this hobby. And it's all because of the people that are older, like the, you know, anyone over 40 that's in this hobby, you're the reason that us younger ones are getting into it. So works out good. Little fetus. Oh my gosh. What a name. Hey Rob, aka best shrimp keeper in the world. Any idea when you will be getting more fancy blues? And thank you so much, Little, for saying that. I'll be getting more fancy blues in in 2 weeks. It's scheduled. They're coming. It's like September 7th they get here, I believe. Something like that. I only have 3 left and believe they are the same sex. I have the need to breed. How many you have to let me know how many you ordered, because if you only have 3 left out of 5, that kind of makes sense. But you have 3 left out of 10, and that would not be a good thing. So we'll figure that out. But thank you guys for being real, and thank you for sharing your ages. That was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Gary don't carry in the house. Is Gary actually in the house? Gary don't carry. That would be crazy if Gary don't carry in the house. That would be so funny. Rob, the shrimp I got from you are doing well. They're super hardy because the TDS is one of the 1000s. Oh my gosh, they're still alive. RO on the way to solve the problem. That's a good thing. Oh, this is awesome. You guys are awesome. Hey, Rob, I have a 10-gallon tank with red cherry shrimp and neons. I'm currently having an issue with hair algae. Would a mono shrimp help, or will the red root will the reds take care of it? So reds definitely won't eat hair algae. I don't know if a mono shrimp will eat hair algae. It'll definitely help. I would try finding out why you have hair algae. Maybe you're getting too much light, maybe too much nutrition, different things like that. And so, Hates to a Plant says, flip 2024. Flip for president. Roma Aquatic says, next video I made will most likely be a video calling the insane amount of black rose neon shrimps that I got from Rob are on round 2 babies. That is awesome, Chris Roma. Glad to hear it. Kick Butt says, Rob, answer, please. 5 micron filter for RCS guppy tank. So sounds good. Sounds good to me. David Jolis says, Rob, help. TDS 620, KH21, GH21, KH4. How much water change can I change out at once and save? Thanks for the refund, by the way. You got it. So, wow, your cage is sky high. I would try to bring your cage down. Maybe just do like, I don't know how many gallons a tank is, but let's say it's a 20-gallon tank. I would do like, if it's a 20-gallon tank, I would do 2 gallons of pure RO water once a week, or do a gallon twice a week. And then just slowly bringing it down. Yep, that's what I would do. Cecilia said, are there any true green shrimp? Shrimp, which are true green, but they're a little unstable. I wasn't too happy with them when we got them in the first time, and I haven't tried them since. But that doesn't mean I'll never try them again. LR Brett's in the house. What's going on, Lucas? He said, hello, Rob. Did I already miss the changes happening? You did. Basically, it was just me talking about the changes in Flip Aquatics, what's going on in the hobby, and then just like how much we're growing. The international shrimp competition that's in Chicago, that Lucas actually won for best red Neocaridina shrimp. So Lucas has the country's best red shrimp right now. So he might be dethroned from that title, but he does have it now. And so shout out to Lucas. And yeah, we just talked about that and how things are changing, how this hobby's growing, and just different things like that. So it was fun. Nisi said we need a Lucas, Rob, and Mark collab. We have been talking about it for forever. Really, it just comes down to us pulling the trigger for it. And so Mark would be so funny to have on camera. Lucas is always funny. And so it would be a really good collab. So I'm definitely going to do it eventually, like 100%, as long as they're both okay with it. So now that, sorry, I keep swinging back and forth. Now that Lucas is kind of finishing his fish room construction, maybe we could make it happen soon. That would be a good time. Good recommendation. But anyway, I got to get back to work. But thank you for everyone that tuned in. Much love to all of you. And really do appreciate it. Stay tuned. I'm coming out with the Matin filter video, which would just be like talking about Matin filters, what they are, how they work, what they do for an aquarium, how they're beneficial, and different things like that. And then another Shrimp Saturday coming out this weekend, some other cool videos. So stay tuned for more videos. Much love to every single one of you. Thank you for hanging out and being a part of it. Rob, please answer. Can you put your email in the chat? Yeah. Here, Stormy Mist. Before I end the stream, I will put my email in the chat for you. There you go. So you can email me there. I won't always respond right away. If I don't respond within 2 days, email me again because it means I missed it. But anyway, much love, guys. You guys have a great week. Happy hump day. And I will talk with you guys soon.